Good morning. I am Dr. Pragya Mathur Kumar. Welcome to Ek Samvad at Arunim Ankuran, which is an initiative for positive social change through self-development. Today we are going to talk to members of the badminton fraternity uh, about how the COVID has created so many challenges as well as opportunities for the players, for the coaches, and for the parents. Aruni Bankuran believes that each person is unique and special in some way, and that greater well being and happiness for all through self development is the goal. 7 reasons why badminton is good for your health. The social interaction of the game helps to build confidence, helps to reduce stress, anxiety, depression. It improves concentration levels, it teaches good teamwork, it helps the brain to engage in a positive way. Playing badminton increases endorphins, which are the brain's feel good neurotransmitters. And people who play the game for an hour daily are more attentive, adjusted, and also have more active responses to mental stress. So, that is why badminton is such a popular game. This conversation, Ek Samvad at Aruni Mankuran, will talk about how the COVID pandemic created so many changes, challenges, and opportunities. What were some of the strategies for coping which were adopted by the players and the coaches and parents? And what is the way forward from here? It's a pleasure and privilege to welcome the participants. Coaches Mr. Kiran Makode, Mr. Chetak Khedikar, players Rohan Gurbani, Nikita Joseph, a sport parent Dr. Madhuri Tayal, and of course, I'm the host. Let me just introduce the participants briefly. Mr. Kiran Makode is an excellent combination of player and coach. He's the current national champion in singles in 50 plus category. He played for India 5 times in the Senior World Badminton Championships. He has coached several players to excellence. He coaches the Indian Junior Badminton team, uh, certified Badminton World Federation Level 1 coach, and he's among the top 7 coaches who have been selected for the Olympic Gold Quest. So it's a pleasure to have you here, sir. Mr. Chetak Khedikar is the other coach who's participating. He is a Vidarbha Krida Ratna awardee for Best Coach, a bronze medalist, team member of the RTMNU in the West Zone. He's a certified Badminton World Federation Level 1 coach and has tutored several excellent players, among whom the shining examples are 2 of the players we have on the panel today. Rohan Gurbani, former sub-junior, under 15 and under 17 national champion, selected in the Indian team for the World Junior Under 19 Badminton Championship, and his best rank in the Badminton Association of India has been number 2. Welcome to the session, Rohan. Nikita Joseph is the SGFI National Gold Medalist, Nagpur District under 10 champion for consecutive years 2013 and 2014. Nagpur District winner under 13 singles and doubles. Welcome to the Ek Samvad episode, Nikita. And we have a sport parent, Dr. Madhuri Tayal. She's an assistant professor and is a very enthusiastic sport parent. So to start with, Coach Gopi Chand's view on badminton in the post-COVID world is, he says, I quote, "My view is if something radical needs to be done, then let's do it and let's go ahead with the sport. Badminton World Federation should talk to health people, revise the format itself, the tournament structure itself, and do whatever is required. I think luckily we are not an out and out contact sport, so it is better. I think this lays a good background for the conversation that we are going to have today. Let me introduce you to the talking points. Experience sharing of the situation at the time of the lockdown, positives and negatives of the COVID situation for the players, impact of the pandemic on players and coaches, opinion sharing on mission begin again on the courts, and closing remarks. So, um, I think we will start with Rohan. Uh, Rohan, share with us the experience of the time when the pandemic started. Where were you and how was the experience?
Well, when the lockdown was started, I was in Germany, so we had to withdraw from the tournament and fly back to India. And it obviously took me by surprise the whole situation. But uh, it obviously affected me in a positive way, as I got a lot of time to relax and think back to myself about my badminton and other aspects of life.
Mhm.
So for me, it was positive, and I was basically focusing on maintaining my fitness throughout this thing and being patient, because in this thing, if you're not patient, you'll get like frustrated and why am I not getting to play? So that kind of thing. So
Mhm.
definitely, and I even started meditating time. So
So,
I tried I could get in this time.
okay, so that I think that is the mark of a good sports person. They never, get into the negative mode of thinking. I think that is one of the biggest reasons why we want to encourage the young people to get into sports. Because sports is not just the physical dimension; it makes you stronger mentally, and the whole attitude of a sports person. Thank you so much for sharing, Rohan. Nikita, what about you? How was your experience when the lockdown was started?
Although it was a good experience, I got time to spend with my parents, and it was my 10th this time, so I was just focusing on my studies and fitness.
Okay. And how was the experience for the coaches? Let's share that. So we'll come to Chetak sir. How was your experience?
Hello. I personally feel good because I also have I think last around 25 year I did not have to time take with your my family and all. I did spend my time with my last 6 months tournament. We did not got such time with Paxshell school and because I also have there are other yes. But this is a positive thing, but there are other problems because I am in dual role. Like I am a coach plus in school, working in school also. So basically, I think in badminton sector there are different problems like coaches, assistant coaches, caretakers also
Yeah.
having facing problems like other financial, but
Yes.
still I personally feel good with because I also learn new things, new technology,
Right.
upgraded technologies because we have
Right.
to take classes and all on
Yeah.
online classes and all. So I
Yes.
personally feel good because we learn the new things also.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So we'll come to someone who's a wonderful combination of a coach and player. Uh, Kiran Makudi, sir, why don't you share the experience? How has it been for you?
First of all, thank you for inviting me for this program, and really happy
It's
to meet with the panelists over here.
it's
And
a pleasure.
my experience, as you have been saying, is of more than 3 decades with the badminton this thing game, and it's been wonderful playing badminton for so long. So it was suddenly a very big and abrupt break in between. Was having played means I was lucky to have played 5 world championships representing India and many of international tournaments, national
Wow.
tournaments, and then as a coach also I have been lucky to produced some wonderful players. Was lucky to have some good players who have played at the international level like Uber Cup and World Junior Championships. So I can understand what the players can go through when abruptly there is a stop to the game.
Yes.
Abrupt stoppage has really brought a big change in the mindset of the players. As we have been
Yes.
discussing about mental strength also, this was a time for them to show their mental strength. This was a time for them to dig into their inner and see what they can do in such situations. So
Absolutely.
as a player, I could relate with them, and as a coach also I could relate very well. And I feel during this period, as a player and as a coach, my personal experience has been like I was able to dig more into my this thing. I did introspection of what's going on now and how to look after the situation right now. This was challenging situation. So in this situation, I got a lot of time for introspection. I could do a lot of activities which I was not able to do earlier.
Right.
On the lighter side, I can say that cooking was one of the things which I've never done. So I
Okay.
learned some new things.
Right.
And coaching and this also we could do a lot of theoretical work we never could do on the court.
Yeah. So I guess it was a good time for everyone to catch up. I will come to someone who's not on the court so much, but she's a parent. Uh, Madhuri, please share your perspective. How did the player who was coming every day for coaching, playing for hours together, warming up, looking forward to that 2 hours in the evening, how did your daughter react to the lockdown?
Actually, firstly, she was saying that no, the overall her reaction was no, it's my routine. I should follow it. So therefore, I feel that she found even today also she says when the courts will open, means that way she's very
Yes.
eager to play around because
Yeah.
their whole body tuned up like that. So now
Yes.
she not many problems, but yes, she's managing. She does fitness also. In the evening we also used to play with her, but
Huh.
again she says that you are not with that level that we you play. I'm like, okay then we can at least do this thing only. So
Yeah.
that way we are managing up to that level. But yes, she is eagerly waiting that when the courts will open.
Okay. Yeah. So what is that one thought which keeps you going?
The one thought that keeps me going in badminton, like at some point it has to repeat. So
Wow. Thank you. I can see the coaches feeling so good and smiling. Yes, Nikita, what about you? Uh, in the situation, कौन-कौन सी चीजें हैं जो तुमको लगा कि they are positives and जो negatives हैं?
मुझे रिकवरी का अच्छा टाइम मिल गया एंड आई लर्न न्यू थिंग्स मैनी न्यू थिंग्स दैट्स इट एंड फ्रॉम द नेगेटिव साइड आई मिस प्लेइंग.
So I think most of us are missing that interaction with people on the courts, basically that is the thing. But I would also like to highlight that when it came to the coaches, they didn't just give up and let go. There were some experiments they also kept trying, so that the players were engaged. So why don't you just share the strategy that you adopted to, keep your players motivated and to keep them on track? We'll start with Mark Odisar.
So for us also as coaches, and badminton is something which is a physical game. So doing online coaching or without being on the court, without being in action, motivating children was a big problem. But I think B and Sai did very good thing. Like we had some webinars, and I being part of OGQ also, I was very lucky to be able to attend some very good webinars, which helped me in enhancing my knowledge as well as sharing with my students. So some of the things which we wanted to tell them was the space to their optimum space which they had with them for their benefit. Like many of the students were told to do some exercises at home within the room or within the terrace which they have in their house during the lockdown period. And one of the main strategies was trying to tell them was to see your strengths. Whatever your strengths you have to work on your strengths. Basically, first to build up your confidence, you have to work on your strengths rather than thinking about your weaknesses.
Right.
So for me, at least, it worked very well. When I told them to shortlist some of their own strengths and which they can do at home during this period. So I had to interact a lot with them, and thanks to the technology and the social media, we could interact very frequently. We also have free time, so we could talk with them more leisurely than when we do normally when we are on the court. So that was a good time to interact with them and tell them about that thing. Another very important thing was, like I was telling them to, many a times they don't write the diaries. I was telling them to write the diaries, do the introspection, write about their previous matches, write about their training sessions, and if now many of them also have their matches recorded or their practice sessions recorded with them. So I was telling them to do those recordings, do the analysis, share with me so that I can also do the things like video analysis for them. Then we could work on that. And definitely we could work on lot many things during this lockdown period.
Okay. So I think adaptability is the key word here. We'll come to Chetak sir. Please share your opinion about this.
Yes, yes. I think first we focusing on the negative points because of situation. We are not going on. Players are not going on the court, and their physical fitness as well as mental fitness, confidence goes down, and no tournaments. Even most important, I feel those who are in last year of the age group, particularly like if for example like a Rohan national champion at under 15 age group. And I think this is her year is under 19 last year, and no tournaments are there. So there are so many players who missed the chance to win the title again. That is a big loss, I think. I personally feel for the players, but still there is another positive things are there. The above problems, they depend all the problems. If there is a will, there is the way. We always say there is a will, there is a way. So because in this particular time, in this particular, I feel the ideal time to concrete your basic skills and techniques. I feel personally the players have to ideal time to concrete their cementing their basic skills and their techniques and fitness level also, because I think personally feel we at least 70% focus on the fitness and 30% on the basics, not in the advanced. During the whole tournament, during all the regular schedule, they are busy with different types and they are not doing introspect time, like Kiran sir say. They are not getting introspect time. They have to watch the motivational video, read the books, and understand the laws of badminton. There are different, so many areas to do, have to do work, right? So I think personally, there are the positive ways which we have to work in home also related to badminton.
Okay.
So, what were some of the major lifestyle changes that our children were undergoing at home? We'll talk to Madhuri about that, because all the activity was completely curtailed. So, as a parent, what did you do?
Actually, I tried many things. Even she fond of cooking also. So she tried many things. She made many things, cakes and many things she tried. Then even reading habit. So that reading habit, I had given her some badminton players books like Sania Nehwal, and that way so I had given her, and that way also she did it. But even after that, she feels that no, I have to go to the
Yeah.
badminton means for playing or something like that. So
So
that is
that
where although
that component of physical activity which was missing, the children were feeling very, lost. They didn't know what to do in the initial stages, and I think more so for the players who have been focusing on some tournaments and all that. So it's very important. The mental level, the mental health aspect is also very important when we are talking about it. Um,
actually she was in the age like under 15 the first year. I thought this year we'll play every tournament, like even the state one and even some like the national level some we can play. But the situation was very much abruptly changed. So this how much it is happened. So we can't do anything. But
yeah,
yes, again with the positive hope, she will do something better in future.
yeah. Uh, so the next thing that we can talk about, yes, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, yeah. The lifestyle thing I wanted to say that this pandemic has given opportunity for everybody to improve their overall lifestyle. Like because of the pandemic and lockdown, children were definitely told what to eat outside, which is a very common problem about the junk food that they have. So I've been telling them also, and I've been always telling that if you can improve this lifestyle, because that improves your performance a lot in the tournament and the matches. So
Yes.
time management, like eating on time, eating nutritious food, like there was
Yes.
a lot of word for improving immunity and strength. So this has been an opportunity for everybody to work on this also. Like you said, the lifestyle definitely they have worked towards it and improved also that. Timely
Right.
sleeping, timely eating, timely taking
Right.
rest, everything. Yeah.
In the given circumstances, some of the guidelines which have been issued are allowing certain sporting activity to happen. So we'll start with the, is it a good time now to resume coaching activity and playing on the court? So I think first of all, we will start with the players. आपका क्या opinion है? If the coaching starts again and if you get an opportunity to be again on the courts and play tournaments, how would you feel about that? Are you mentally in a good space and would you feel comfortable playing? Let's start with Nikita.
It was a long break now, so I guess we need some time to recover our game and fitness level.
So would you like to go back to the court and to the coaching activity on a regular basis like it used to be?
I would like to do. I would love to go.
Okay. What about you, Rohan? What do you think are some of the things that you're missing so much, and you think it's a good idea to resume the regular kind of a coaching thing which is happening on courts?
Definitely, well, that's what we all have been waiting for since all this time.
Mhm.
But we should start gradually, like not hurry back to the court and haphazardly injure ourselves or something like that. We should first start gradually by increasing our fitness first and just movements or shadows or strokes or something like that.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, playing back on the court would be a wonderful feeling.
Okay, that's really great. What about you, Chetak sir? What do you think?
Yes, I personally think government should start with the proper SOPs for at least players, right? Because they are the cream of our badminton, at least for elite, because there are international tournament already started now. So our Indian current ranking players are very important for future badminton aspects, right? So because the government should start right now with the proper SOPs and the player and going the player are going out of station, like for Maharashtra, there still now Maharashtra government not allowed to practice on the court. So players
Mhm.
are going out of Maharashtra to practice because other
Right.
state, many of the states started to practice now. So
Yes.
I think not only the practice but also even tournaments also like IPL. We saw that on TV IPL in Dubai. Why not in
Mhm.
India? Why not in India? I
Okay,
personally
that
feel
is
because because only 30% all over the Pahuna, which I read in on newspaper or magazine, only 30% corona patient in India all over in the all over. So 30 in that 30% in particular states like Maharashtra, AP, and I think Delhi and two other states are having more number of patients, and we focus in micro level. Then for particular city there is no patient, or there is like Mizoram and other states, like, so there is a very less number of patient, I think. So why not we take the tournaments there. I think
okay.
badminton also have India and Sai and government should take properties with the norms, with the modified rules, not like the with the for like our national or not all India tournament. All India tournament, everyone can go and participate, but for the selected ranking players, we can take only singles with modified rules. Only why we can particular age group and only singles competition we can take for the cream or elite players, and they are having for practice for the international tournaments. Practice is the very good for important for the players, but tournaments is also important for ranking players. It is possible, but I don't understand why Maharashtra government or government still not starting the badminton. They are starting all the activities like ST bus, restaurants with the 50% and marriages, all the in the 2000 square feet. Badminton court is 1250 square feet, and playing on the one court had maximum 4 players, right? So with the proper guideline, we can start with the proper care. I hope coming 10 or 15 days we will start our practices on the court in the Maharashtra and Nagpur also.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I think you built a very strong case for restarting the coaching thing. Kiran sir, what about you? What is your opinion?
Yeah, I also echo the same feelings which Chetak is saying, but I think we need to look at the problem with 2-3 different angles. Number one angle I will like to say is like we have to see how safely we can resume the badminton practice, because parents are also very much apprehensive about the children. Second important aspect which I said which comes after the practice is tournament. So let's see about the practice session. I think in Maharashtra now the number of cases have reduced drastically, and especially in city like Nagpur, it has come down tremendously. So I feel Maharashtra government and Nagpur administration should now allow badminton activity, because as Chetak said, many of the other activities like restaurants and other things which are the indoor activities they have started. So badminton also is an indoor game. It should start. Of course, there is a little bit of fear because they are comparing it with the AC halls. Now most of the practicing courts are not equipped with AC, and we can have a rule that presently will shut off the AC machine and we can have proper ventilation with some modifications in the hall, proper sanitization, and then restricting the number of students or number of players practicing. I
Right.
feel even Chetak was saying that elite players should be allowed. Definitely, elite players should be allowed. But I feel even the upcoming and young generation players, which are having a good future in badminton, they should also be allowed. It's high time now. They should be allowed to come back on the court and do the practice.
Yeah.
Definitely with the standard operating procedures, so that safety is not compromised.
Yes.
It's very important.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing your perspective. And fortunately, we also have a parent here. So, in case the coaching activity resumes, how would you respond as a parent to that? Would you be willing to send your daughter to play? And what is your perspective?
Yes, surely. Yes, surely, ma'am. I'll definitely send my daughter because I know that if she want to do something in that only, so that is good for her, and it boosts the immunity anyways also. Means, but following the proper guidelines, everything, I definitely want to send her.
Yeah. So I think I could just add a couple of lines on the psychological perspective. There is a very close relationship between physical exercise and mental well-being. As it is, the pandemic has been creating a lot of stress and depression and anxiety. So I think even that can be taken care of by very well monitored according to the guidelines and in a controlled circumstance. If the activity resumes, I think it will be good for the players and especially for the younger generation because they have so much of energy. And unfortunately, all the time we used to be telling them go outside and play, and their world has literally turned upside down. Now we are telling them not to go outside and play. We are telling them to stick to their routine inside the within the house. So that is a very major challenge. Rohan, I'll come to you. I can see that Rohan and Nikita have to leave, so we'll just get their concluding remarks. What is the thing that you would like to convey to conclude?
As in how to like cope with it? How was I coping with this? Or
Yeah, what do you want to see happening now? How do you think the situation should be handled?
how do I think it should be handled?
Yeah.
First of all, I like whatever happens, I'm up for it. Like uh, these 7 months have been hard, but it has been harder for the people who are actually affected by this, like who were the patients of COVID. So we can't be so selfish about that. So if we think about that, we are very lucky to be actually safe and inside our houses.
Absolutely.
And so that's the most important thing to realize here. So other than that, whatever happens, we should take it up as a challenge and face it.
Okay, thank you. I think that is a tremendous maturity for someone who's so young. You know, the fact that the pandemic is not something that will go away quickly and we need to take it seriously. Yes, I really appreciate that. And being a doctor's son, I think Rohan gets clarity on that more easily. Nikita, what about you? What do you think should happen now?
Shows that uh, everything happens for a good reason. So I can just say it was
Wow.
a positive thing for me. I learned new things.
I'm so proud of the two of you for being so mentally strong and resilient, you know. And I think you are really good role models for young children, for badminton players who have been feeling very challenged in the given circumstances. But the fact that you're both smiling and counting your blessings and being positive and keeping a good frame of mind, I think this is really a wonderful experience to have shared with you. Uh, Kiran sir, can you share some specific tips for players? Because we don't really know when the lockdown is going to, I mean, this pandemic is really going to disappear. It's going to be a few months, I guess. So, what would you like to suggest to the badminton players who are listening to you?
Yeah. As we always say, there is light at the end of the tunnel. So I definitely think this period will also be over and we'll have positive. So let us be very positive about what we have in front of us. Let us be in the present. Let's not grumble about what we have lost.
Mhm.
So all I would like to say is that in future definitely things will normalize and with proper precautions. If we look forward, then definitely in badminton we can again have normal activity, normal tournaments, normal things. But
Yeah.
definitely we need to look at this new normal because the pandemic is not yet over. There is a lot of
Mhm.
uncertainty still there.
Mhm.
So if you keep these two, three things which have been often repeated, like social distancing, masking, and sanitizing,
Mhm.
then definitely you can go ahead with in total to achieve your dreams or achieve your targets which you have in your mind.
Yeah.
So I don't think it should be difficult for us to come out of it.
So, give us a couple of concrete tips for badminton players. What would you like to say to them? What should they do?
Yeah. So you see what happens now, like I'll just compare it with something if a player has got a big injury. They have two very good examples with in front of them. One is that of Carolina Marin and another is of Kento Momoto. Both have been world number one players, but at the peak of their career, unexpectedly they had a big break.
Mhm.
Like Momoto, everybody knows, had a disciplinary action taken against him, and for 1 year he was banned from playing the tournaments.
Mhm.
But that 1 year he utilized for upskilling himself, for upgrading his game, and now you could see last season was all throughout Momoto. Like he
Mhm.
came back with a bang. And similarly, Carolina had a very fatal injury, career curtailing injury, I should say, but then she also bounced back. So
Mhm.
this speaks about the mental strength and this speaks about the determination and devotion you have towards the game you love.
Yeah.
So if you can just focus hard, if you can do dedicatedly what you wanted to do, if you are able to keep your targets very crystal clear in front of you,
Mhm.
then definitely you can achieve it. So I will like to suggest the players that they should replan, re-strategize, and readjust their targets.
Mhm.
And once you do that, then with proper planning, with the support of your coach, your parents, and your support staff. Here, I will also like to add that people like you, sports psychologists and sports physiotherapists, everybody comes into picture. And if collectively everybody work together, then definitely players can come back and do very well. Everybody has a role to play in that.
Yeah. And let me come to you about the fact that you're also a player. So, how are you keeping yourself in shape, and what are the things that you're doing regularly, you know, so that you can compensate for the practice on court?
Yeah, one of the important aspect was like initial few days of lockdown, you are like for the laziness. Like you just cool down, and there was no regular timetable. Like I was sleeping a lot, eating a lot. So initially I put on some weight also, but then I realized that if you keep a regular planned activity, then routine, then definitely are able to maintain your health, because health is very important.
Yes.
So the first priority was to maintain my weight, and then second priority was to keep myself fit because I'm still playing.
Yes.
So for that, I was doing, once the outdoor activity was allowed, I was doing a lot of cycling and running on the road at a crowded area. And another thing was, since I have a house with a lot of stairs, so I was doing a lot of stair climbing when I was in the
Wow.
lockdown mode.
Right.
So
Right.
stair climbing also helps you improving your fitness a lot. So these are the things which I
Thank
was
you.
doing during the lockdown period.
Thank you
Along with the
so
good
much.
diet.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing. And I think this underlines the idea, that when the going gets tough, the tough get going. But there is one other dimension of it, which is not so simple, which is that the support staff and the coaches and the people whose livelihoods are linked to the sport very, very closely, they've really taken a beating because they're not a very organized sector. Nobody really focuses on them as a group, in the sense that everyone is doing their own coaching, and it's a rather unorganized kind of sector right now. So we know that some of the coaches are finding it very challenging to deal with this completely, shutting down of all the coaching activity. What is your perspective on that?
That, yeah,
Will,
that's the sad part of the story. As you said, pandemic has hit really hard in all the sectors.
yeah,
So this badminton or sports sector has also been hit very hard, and especially the coaches who are totally dependent on badminton for their livelihood.
absolutely. Yes.
Even the support staff, as you said, like physiotherapists, assistant coaches, nutritionists, everybody. So that is why I was telling that it's time to unlock now. It's high time that we should reopen all the activities, including badminton.
Yeah.
And I think badminton is a non-contact sport, should definitely be open now. It's high time that it should resume badminton activities so that these people, as you said, who have been suffering and have a very hard time, are
Yeah.
back to their normal activity and able to earn a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Chetak sir, your perspective on this?
Think it's just like Kiran sir said, it's a very high time to start our badminton sectors, right? Because there are so many people like coaches, assistant coach, support staff, and caretakers also, hall caretakers. There are the different, even shopkeepers, sports equipment shopkeepers are facing the different financial crisis, financial problems, right? So it's a very high time to start our badminton on the court. As Sports Authority of India already graded A in badminton, because badminton is a low minimum contact game. Sports Authority already mentioned the grade A game in their SOPs. So with the SOPs, all the precautions and measures, we can start the game on the court. I hope very soon the Maharashtra government and other governments will start the practices on the court to keep ourselves fit, our players and our nation fit. Because it's a very important, not only for players, it's for normal person lifestyles. It's a fitness. Those who are playing for recreational activities also, they are very important for their physical as well as mental fitness. And there are other problems also, like some are facing diabetes and hypertension. They are reducing their with these exercise activities and mental stress. These are all correlated with our game, our fitness level, right? So I always prefer to start the practices on the court, and I always say our players to practice makes man perfect, but this is not the correct thing. Nowadays I think perfect practice makes man perfect. So you have to practice perfectly, do your best, and keep yourself fit. And lastly, I would like to say thank you to Anurima Anukaran, Dr. Pragya Mathur, gone to you. Thanks a lot for inviting me. It's a wonderful session.
Thank you,
Hello.
sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Wonderful.
So, are there any specific SOPs that we can talk about and say, okay, we are going to observe these if the coaching resumes? What are some of those?
I
Because while
think there
you're,
are. Hmm?
yeah, please
Yes.
carry on.
there are some SOPs we already make for the to the concerned authorities. We combine to the all the at least 5-10 coaches and make SOPs like small SOPs like how to enter the players on the badminton hall after practice, how to sanitize all the equipments of the player, and for one and other batch, how to make a distance before start with new batch, the 10 minutes for 50 minutes for one batch. So for beginner level, just like for beginner level, so that next batch comes and enter in the hall after 20 minutes. So 10 minutes reduced from our regular schedule and 10 minutes from the other batch. So 20 minutes time for the sanitization and all, and proper other government providing SOPs like equipment and other normal things. I think this is the new normal nowadays, because we have to come to the home. After that, we have to
Yeah.
sanitize all the things
Yes.
like equipment, shoes, and our all the things. So
Yeah.
basically, I think all of knows about the now. These are the proper precaution, mask and all.
Yes.
But mask
Yes.
is not on the court of
Yes.
the court and other things.
Yeah.
So I
So,
hope yes.
there may be so many young players who look up to you, and they may be very curious to know what Rohan wants to share with them about, how they can remain in a good frame of mind as well as remain fit. So, why don't you just share a couple of tips about how you are doing it?
Well, in these 6-7 months during the lockdown, I was just focusing, I was just taking it as one day at a time. So
Okay.
when I was waking up, I was like, okay, what am I doing today? Not focusing on the week or the month or anything like that. So
Mhm.
basically, you are following your fitness every day. So with your body, your mind also is in a good state. So keep uh, doing your fitness. Never skip that if you can. If you can, never skip that. So try to do that. And that's it. I mean, maybe meditate a lot. So that also helps.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would help that much, but it has helped me in being aware all the time, aware of myself. So
Yeah.
meditating is definitely the best thing in these times.
Mhm. And I think smile a lot also, right? Okay, thank you so much, Rohan. Nikita, what would you like to say to any kids who are watching you? There is a whole fan following for Nikita Didi when she's on the court. So, what is Nikita Didi going to say to them today? Tell them what they
I
should do.
would just like to say ki, you can do fitness, you can do other things like cycling and all. So that when you'll be on court, you can perform a lot better. Instead of like doing things on the court, you can do them off the court also. You can focus
Yeah,
on your fitness level,
right.
meditate, flexibility.
Wow. Thank you so much. And I think I want to bring out this dimension of it. These people are wonderful badminton players. Their on court game is absolutely amazing. But what we are looking at today is something completely different. Their mental strength. They have developed psychological skills, and the resilience that they have shown in this time is absolutely amazing. So I think we'd like to give you a hand, both the youngsters here. To conclude this session, I think what we'd like to say is that while the COVID challenge is really big, the pandemic has put all of us on a back foot, and there are so many problems that have come. Still, a positive mindset and keeping your sunny side up, counting your blessings, trying to be resilient, trying to focus on the positives. And also, one important dimension is focusing on the things that you can control. There are a lot of things that are beyond our control, but I think all the players and coaches also focused on the idea that, if you choose to do something, you can do it. When initially you may be sleeping a lot and eating all kinds of junk food, but then at some point of time, you take charge. and you take control of your own life, so being your own captain and being your own pilot is probably the key at this time for all of us, and more so for badminton players. Would you like to say anything before we conclude this session? Anyone?
Yes, I want to say something.
Yeah.
It's regarding, I will definitely say the show must go on. Means we should not stop, and we should start again from where we were. And then again with the positive mind and everything, we can do it, and we can do wonders.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Um, See, stress is something that lies in the eyes of the beholder, and this time is stressful if you look at it like that. Otherwise, it's a time to ponder, it's a time to go within yourself and relax and develop your mental skills. We hope that sooner or later the badminton courts will reopen and all the budding champions who are waiting there and these champions whom we are very proud of, all of them will get an opportunity to be back on court. I think one important aspect of sportsmanship is discipline. So I think it's very important for us to emphasize that if the courts reopen and the SOPs are communicated to the coaches and players, I'm sure the discipline that they have already integrated in their lives will help them to follow those, and खेलेगा India तो खिलेगा India again. So to all the panelists, Makode sir, Chetak sir, Madhuri ma'am, Nikita and Rohan, thank you so much for joining us and sparing your time. And we are very proud of each one of you in your own way. Thank you so much for joining.